A man asked a flight crew for an Italian smooch and then took off his clothes. Brazil is building a new statue of Jesus that is bigger than the one in Rio. And Bill Gates has invested in a plan to spray dust into the atmosphere to block out the sun. These are the weird stories for Wednesday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. I'm Jonesy, and you are you. I'm glad you're you. I'm glad you're here. Let's do it. A man asked an AirAsia flight crew for an Italian smooch and then stripped. A passenger took off his clothes twice and asked to kiss a crew member in a bizarre incident on an AirAsia flight from Delhi to Bengaluru earlier this week. According to an internal report being examined by the aviation ministry, the passenger stripped butt naked, broke a laptop, and, quote, requested an Italian smooch from the crew. What is an Italian smooch? I have no idea. I'm Italian, and I don't know what an Italian smooch is. Is it the two on the cheek? Like, mwah, mwah, right on the cheek, each side? The Italians are always like, oh, you come here, give me a little mwah, mwah. Even the men are like, come here, yeah, mwah, mwah. Oh, your mustache is getting long. It's getting long, Jaspucci. And then they give you a plate of sausage. That's how we do it in Old Italy. So he's asking for some Italian smooches. I'm guessing that the flight crew wasn't into Italian smooches. They're quite shy, those Asian flight crew members. This was a flight on Monday. It started with the passenger approaching a cabin crew member with a request for the Italian smooch, which was refused firmly. Yeah, of course it was. Could I have an Italian smooch? The answer is no. We don't offer that. You might want to flip through the brochure and see if it's offered. I don't believe so, sir. Why don't you sit down and eat your pretzels? The passenger was advised to be seated, and the crew checked to see if he was intoxicated or into some medication, according to the report, which added that the man apologized, said he was fine. He's definitely intoxicated, of course. This is a flight. Everybody's intoxicated on a flight. Everybody's medicated on flights because we don't like flights. Nobody likes flights. So we take substances to get through it. And some of us can't handle our substances, and then we start asking people for Italian smooches, Portuguese smooches, French smooches, German smooches. I don't know. There's many kinds of smooches, apparently. I'm missing out. I don't think I've had all the smooches out there in the world. So later, a flight attendant, female, was shocked to find the man naked in his seat. No, I'm fine. The man said he's fine, but then he's naked in his seat. Yeah. He was asked to get dressed, which he did. How do you not just tie this guy, like duct tape him to the back of the bathroom? Just lock him in a bathroom at this point. Asking everybody to kiss him, taking off his clothes. I would not tolerate this for 1 second. I think airlines need bouncers. We just need bouncers, man. And if you're really out of control, we just toss you out a window. You have to sign a release for that, too. You sign a release that if you're going to act like a total ass, you're chucked out the back of the plane. No, I mean, we're not going to not give you a parachute. You get a parachute, but you're off that plane. When the plane landed, apparently he took off his clothes again. Just trying to get that Italian smoocheroo. There's a quote here from somebody. They say, again, he removed his clothes, to our surprise, and broke his own laptop on the ground in the presence of security staff. On repeated requests, the guest did get dressed, finally. Says here, the unruly passenger began a heated argument with the cabin crew about life jackets at first. Where are they? I need to know where they are. Where are the life jackets? Maybe that's why he was taking off his clothes. He just felt like he wanted to put a life jacket on and go for a swim. He later misbehaved with the crew on board, suddenly took off all his clothes. No one wants to see a naked man in the world. Nobody, it's just the worst thing ever. When men take off their clothes, just stop. Stop. It's felonious. It says here the man could face a 30-day ban during which he will be on their no-fly list. It should be banned for more than 30 days. Someone who does this, you know what, man? You're not flying for 10 years if you do this crap. We need people to not do this shit on flights, man. People have been freaking out on flights, man. It's not okay. I don't care if he's drunk. It's not okay. And I don't know, what is with these, I get drunk and I want to take my clothes off. These kinds of people. I have been so pissed drunk. As we say in Boston, cocked. I've been so cocked, bro. Never have I taken off an article of clothing. I've taken other people's clothing off. I've never taken off my own clothing. Just wasn't feeling it, I guess. Brazil is building the biggest statue of Jesus in the world. The Christ the Protector statue is being built in Encantado, a small town in Brazil's southernmost state, by a local organization named Friends of Christ Association. It is made of steel. Jesus is made of concrete. Jesus will stand 43 meters, 141 feet tall, 16 feet taller than Rio's Christ the Redeemer. This Jesus will tower over Rio's Christ the Redeemer by 16 feet. That is one big Jesus. The organization said the statue of Jesus will be the third tallest statue of Jesus in the world. Oh, it's the third tallest. I thought it was the tallest. Who boasts the tallest statue of Jesus in the world? Do you guys know? It's a little trivia question. I'm looking at it right now, so I know. Okay, guys, do you know? What country has the tallest Jesus in the world? Okay. Do boo boo do scoo dee dee da ba do judo lana doom dana boom. Pretend you're playing Jeopardy, but this is not the original Jeopardy theme because I will be sued for copyright infringement and then I'll be canceled. Zooby dooby 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 dooby. My version of the Jeopardy song is much better. Okay, if you said Mexico, you would be correct. A 249-foot statue is currently under construction in Mexico. There's a 172-foot monument in Poland, by the way. I didn't know. Who knew Poland had such a big... like Central and South America are really into the Jesus, so to find one that tall in Poland is pretty sweet. What else do we have about this Jesus? Oh, the cost of this Jesus. How much do you think it costs to erect a 140-foot tall Jesus? Yeah, you figure it'd be a couple million, right? No. They're doing it on a budget here in Brazil. Only 350 grand. That's super cheap to build this big Jesus. 350 grand. I mean, that's what Los Angeles spent on like 5 porta potties for the homeless people downtown. Brazil's like, you know what we can do with 350 grand? Build a super Jesus. And they're doing it, man. They're asking for donations because they don't have enough money to finish the project. Please donate. We can't finish Jesus' outstretched arms. He's an armless Jesus. We can't have a Jesus without arms, welcoming the people. Could you please? We'd like to put a crown on his head if you could. We're going to need another 50 grand for that. If you could just send some money. Jesus doesn't have sandals. We need to put sandals on him. Could you send more money? Jesus is naked. His statue is robeless. We need more money. Please send money. Jesus doesn't have a nose or eyes. If you could please send more money. It's an unfinished statue. You'll love to hear this about it. There's an elevator installed inside this Jesus. Now, the elevator takes you up to a certain height. Can you guess what the height is? Like, do you think it's going to be to Jesus's eyeballs and you're looking out his eyeballs? What about like the top of his head? Do you think there's like a little garden up there that you could wander around? How high up do you think this elevator goes? Because you're curious, I'm going to tell you guys. Thanks for hanging on till the very end here. You're on the edge of your seat. The elevator takes you to a lookout area that is in Jesus's heart. You get to go into Jesus's heart, guys. And when you're in Jesus's heart, you're going to feel the love of Jesus right in there, man. That's the best place to be. In the heart of Jesus. Why did they build this tall Jesus? Can you guess? Well, it's to boost tourism. Yeah, it's always to boost tourism. At the end of the day, it's about making money. It's not really about the spirit of Jesus. At the end of the day, they just want some money. At the end of the day, we use Jesus' image to get you to throw some bucks our way. The Christ the Redeemer statue has looked down upon this city of Rio de Janeiro for almost 90 years. It's one of Brazil's most famous tourist attractions. Well, they're hoping to outdo that one by being a little bit taller. We'll see. We'll see if you can outdo Christ the Redeemer. That's the real famous one. I've seen many photos of that. It's like on a big hill. It's quite beautiful. Man, I would love to go to Rio de Janeiro. Can we do a Kickstarter? Can we have a Kickstarter for Jonesy to go to the Inside the Heart of Jesus, the new one? Send me to the heart of Jesus where I will be born again. I have sinned through this podcast. I have sinned. I've sinned in this closet. I've sinned. I've confessed in this closet. I've sinned in this closet. And I need to go to the heart of Jesus in Rio. I'm out of my mind. And I'm definitely going to hell.
You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man.
Bill Gates is financing a project that aims to shoot dust into the atmosphere to block the sun. Yes, what could possibly go wrong blocking out the sunlight? Microsoft's billionaire founder Bill Gates is financially backing the development of sun-dimming technology that would potentially reflect sunlight out of Earth's atmosphere, triggering a global cooling effect. Are we sure that's what's going to happen if we do this? I think this is very dangerous. The Stratospheric Controlled Perturbation Experiment, also known as SCOPEX, was launched by Harvard University scientists. It aims to examine the solution by spraying non-toxic calcium carbonate dust into the atmosphere, a sun-reflecting aerosol that may offset the effects of the global warming. Widespread research into the efficacy of solar geoengineering has been stalled for years due to controversy. Oh, no shit, yeah. Dude, people can't even agree that the Earth is warming. So how are we going to agree to do this? I don't understand how this is going to take off at all. Opponents believe such science comes with unpredictable risks, including extreme shifts in weather patterns not dissimilar to warming trends we are already witnessing. Environmentalists similarly fear that a dramatic shift in mitigation strategy will be treated as a green light to continue emitting greenhouse gases with little to no changes in current consumption and production patterns. I'm not quite sure what that means. I guess environmentalists are saying, well, you know, if we fix the global warming, then people aren't going to curb their carbon emissions and all this other crap that's going on. Yeah, I don't think this is a good idea to block out the sun. I don't know. There's something about it. I like the sun. I need the sun. I like the sun in my butthole. It makes me feel good. Do you guys remember that story I did about people that sun their butthole? That was a hilarious story, by the way. I should dig that up and just listen to it again. SCOPEX will take a small step in its early research this June in Sweden, where the Swedish Space Corporation has agreed to help launch a balloon carrying scientific equipment 12 miles high. The launch will not release any aerosols. Rather, it will serve as a test to maneuver the balloon and examine communications and operational systems. If successful, this could be a step towards a second experimental stage that would release a small amount of dust into the atmosphere. Hey, let's not release dust into the atmosphere. Am I the only one that's alarmed by this? I don't think we need to do this. There's a guy in this article named Keith. He's a professor of applied physics and public policy at Harvard. He recognizes that very many real concerns of geoengineering exist. It is true that no one knows what will happen until the aerosols are released and then studied afterward. Well, then, you know. And then, like, long-term effects, hello. What if you block out the sun too much? All right? Then our shit doesn't grow. And then we're lacking vitamin E. And then I get pale. And I get anemic. What about my tan? Further research on this and similar methods could lead to reductions in risks and improved efficacy of solar geoengineering methods. We're very curious what we can do. If we can help stave off global warming, we will try our best. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be better ways to do that. in my opinion. But then again, I'm not a scientist. It's the sound of science. Boop, 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 science. Don't you like when Jonesy does a science article? It really shows how dumb I am when I do this. Do you guys think we should even attempt stuff like this, though? I'd imagine it would be, it comes with a lot of risks. That's just my opinion. Call my show, 646-450-2012. Not just on this story. If you liked any of the stories or you have something to say, just call. Alone again, naturally. You guys were here with me, though. Thank you for being here. Please leave a review of the podcast. I've got no reviews in quite some time. Not since like February. Go to Amazon.com, leave a review there if you could. I'd appreciate that very much. Or you can do it on the Apple Podcast right in your phone. Yeah. Or on iTunes on your laptop. Do you have a laptop? How do you listen? Yeah, leave a review for Weird AF News. I'll read it. Maybe I'll sing it. Give you a huge shout out on the show. Give you that love. Love, love, love. Do. Don't you want that love, love, love? Yeah, you do. Thanks to everyone who reached out, called the show, sent emails, sent articles. Appreciate you. Gonna do it all again tomorrow, guys. So just gonna keep on doing it, man. Keep on trucking, as they say. Keep that weird news trucking. Get that weird news train a-rolling. Get that bucket of weird news just pouring over your face every day, pouring it right in your eardrums. Pour that bucket of weird news right in your eardrums every day for free. But although it's free, you can support the show by joining the Patreon. Oh, what is the Patreon? Oh, that's a pretty cool thing where you give Jonesy a couple bucks a month to buy some coffee, which keeps me highly caffeinated, which keeps the show going. Plus, you get something out of it, too, a nice feeling that you're supporting a daily weird news podcast that nobody else is doing. And you get to get extra content that's located within the Patreon. I'm talking like, I don't know, probably 30 hours of bonus episodes, at least. And then a bunch of other cool stuff. Weird AF content, extra stuff. Probably like 6 videos of me trying weird shit that people sent me. I'm going to upload another one tomorrow. Weird candies from afar. Yes. The Patreon is patreon.com/weirdafnews. Join it. Check it out. Do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. And then also listen. Listen to the show. Like tomorrow. Yeah. See you tomorrow.